Yes, sir. Now, today, we gonna talk about Ozzy Osbourne, aka the Prince of Darkness. So without further ado, we're gonna tap right in and we're gonna see what's going on. So off the bat, off rip, we have to talk about Ozzy Osbourne's full name with his stage name included. Just like when you type in his name, and that's what pops up at the top on Wikipedia. John Michael Ozzy Osbourne equals 322 in the English language backwards. Now, this is Gematria. This is the practice of turning letters into their numerical value. Now, this is something that is universal, right, to everyone that lives in this world, right? Everybody's life is playing an organic and an unorganic script, right? And when we look at people like this, right, we see the reason why they were in front of us and the reason why they die at the time that they do. Now, Ozzy Osbourne's full name synchronizes up with Skull and Bones, also called Order 322. Now, this is a secret society that comes from Yale University, and they do death rituals, as the name suggests, Skull and Bones. They get their name from Genesis 3:22, which talks about in scripture, it talks about how we cannot eat from the tree of life, understand the knowledge of good and evil, and also live forever. So Skull and Bones reminds us, just like a dead corpse, right? Skull and Bones. It reminds us the mortality of life. So Ozzy Osbourne has this synchronicity with Skull and Bones. And it's interesting that he dies at the age of 76, like Skull and Bones. But come on. Right, because like I said, man, I was looking when I was doing this, putting the video together, man, I was in awe. I'm like, well, what? They didn't put this at the top on Google? Huh? And it's what they thanking him for? With the devil horns, right? Okay, we gonna dive into it then. We're gonna dive into his presence. Why he was here, why he was put on the main stage, and why he was taken out. Why he was taken off the main stage on the day that he was. Right? Because if we look at his final solo album, his 13th, which is looked at as an unlucky number in Western society, right? Even in Chinese, 1 + 3 = 4, and they look at that number as unlucky as well, right? You don't see hotels with a 13th floor in America, and in China it's the same thing with the number 4. They don't have a 4th level. They try to avoid picking the number 4 in their cell phone numbers and things of that nature. Now, Ozzy Osbourne's 13th and final studio album was called Patient Number 9, and it came out on September 9th, the 9th month, the 9th day. Completion, final. It's final. His final album, his final ritual. Sealed the deal, seal his fate. Now, this album came out, or should I say, his death occurred 149 weeks later, just like Antichrist equals 149 and Skull and Bones equals 149. So this is when his Skull and Bones ritual takes place. And then it reveals that his death showed us that he had an Antichrist energy to him. Or better yet, his sacrifice fuels the Antichrist/beast system, right? That these people bow down to. Even his last album came out with 113 days left. Excuse me, just like Satanists. Right? So even, and this is I didn't make this. This is not AI. This is I was looking at other pictures for Patient Number 9, and I seen this picture, kind of anime style, right? So Uh, Once again, his last album, right to the day of his death, July 22nd, 2025. He died 2 years, 10 months, and 13 days after his final album. Patient number 9. Satanists, right? When we look at that 113, 10 months and 13 days, we get the 113 again, the number for dishonesty, deception, and then we also get Satanists, which is the main theme of this ritual. We also, if you put it together, right, we got 213 because zeros have no value. So we got 213, just like death. This is when his death occurred. Now, continuing the Antichrist theme, the Osbournes have a podcast. Ozzy was not in this podcast, but it's very interesting that this specific podcast, where they touch on Satan, the Bilderberg group, and the Illuminati invite only. This happens to be episode number 203. Ozzy Osbourne ends up dying on the 203rd day of the year. 2 divided by 3 is 666. Ozzy Osbourne died on the 666th day of this podcast right here, man. But come on. Just like saying, man, if we take Ozzy Osbourne's birthday, which is December 3rd, 2024, and we take it to the span of his death, he died on the 232nd day of his age, just like Satan in Latin. This is why they call Latin a dead language. Because they don't want you to look into this dead language, and then people are dying off of this dead language, right? They're using this dead language to script out these deaths, whether they really dying or not, right? Somebody like this, man, I think they really, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards him really being gone, his sacrifice, because it'll be even stronger. Like the energy that he carried, the energy that he pushed out in his music, the energy that he put out in this world. If he really died, that sacrifice would create a lot more energy to fuel this beast system. So I'm leaning more towards this being a sacrifice. I could be wrong. You know, he could fake his death, but because of the skull and bones ritual, but I'm leaning towards him being dead. But like I said, you know, you never know. You know, we don't see, you know, these people. We don't know. The main thing we see right here is this is a satanic ritual. Nonetheless, that these Jesuits are gaining energy from, right? And it continues like clockwork. But come on. Because the number 23, man, 203, man, 2 divided by 3, 666. He died on the 203rd day of the year. We got this 2-3 reflections, forwards and backwards. We got 23. I want to talk about this number 23, man. Y'all gotta watch this movie. The number 23 is starring Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey's in a lot of movies. Jim Carrey is, I'm not saying he is Jesus, right? Because he is a part of the industry, right? But he plays a Jesus Christ archetype. Because he stars in a lot of movies with a lot of truth in them. The number 23, the Truman Show. He even plays Jesus. He even plays God in Bruce Almighty for a Day. He plays God, right? So he plays in a lot of movies. It's another one on the tip of my tongue. One of y'all might remember, but it's one more that Jim Carrey's a part of that got a lot of truth in it. I might think of it before this video ends, but. Right, I want to bring, and this movie he touched on it. This whole premise of this movie is about the number 23. Jim Carrey discovers all the synchronicities, and this movie touches on Gematria too. I gotta do a breakdown on this movie, right? Because it's all about the number 23. Now, this movie is an hour and 41 minutes long. Anton LaVey equals 141 in the English language backwards. Anton LaVey is the founder of the Church of Satan. So everything these people do, man, It's scripted and it's coded. Anton LaVey. Let's talk about Anton LaVey, right? Founder of the Church of Satan, author of several books, the Satanic Bible, the Satanic Rituals, the Satanic Witch, the Devil's Notebook, and Satan Speaks. Now, he was born April 11th. If we take Ozzy Osbourne's birthday, right? His birthday this year, he died 4 months and 11 days before his next birthday, just like Freemason and Satanic. So it's gonna keep this satanic theme because this is a satanic ritual. We even got John Michael Ozzy Osbourne equaling 1104, basically 114 in Satanic, the reflection of 411, 114. So Anton LaVey's birthday backwards, the 11th of April. But come on. Because continuing this Masonic ritual, man, taking Ozzy Osbourne's 13th and final studio album, he died 1,047 days later, just like Freemason, equals 147. He also died 33 weeks exactly, not a day less, not a day more. He died exactly 33 weeks after his last birthday in this plane, on this stage. Well, come on. I wonder what level he was. He might have been a 33rd. He put in a lot of work for the devil. Might have been a 33rd. But come on. Right? Because when we talk about the Masons, and the Jesuits and the Masons are intertwined. The Jesuits are above the Masons. You have low level, just like we just seen the steps. You have low level Masons that are blind. They're still blind. They're not up here. It's levels to it. It's levels to this information. We're going to feed you breadcrumbs. You come up here, we're going to give you 3 breadcrumbs. Okay, you get up here, you get 7 breadcrumbs. Get up, okay, we're going to give you 8. Okay, you get up here, we're going to give you about 15. You get up here, okay, now you get all 33 breadcrumbs. Now that's when they really reveal to you who you've been serving all this time. But if you're not a 33rd, you're not going to know. You're going to be kept at certain levels of understanding. That's why it's levels to it. That's why it's a ranking system. Everybody don't know the same thing. But come on. Because the Society of Jesus, also known as the Jesuit Order or the Jesuits, is a religious order that operates out of the Catholic Church, right? They just had a recent Pope that came from the first Jesuit Pope, Jorge Bergoglio, who was succeeded by Pope Leo, right? All this is taken into account with these, especially with these Jesuit rituals. And it's so funny, right? That we're talking about the Society of Jesus, but here's the duality. They hide behind the name Society of Jesus, but look at the satanic rituals that they're performing right up under everybody's nose. Look at the satanic rituals that they're performing, hiding, masking behind the name Society of Jesus. It's a front. It's no different than a drug dealer. You got to clean your money up, so you put your money in a grocery store. You remember that show, Good Girls? You feel me? So you gonna get a grocery store, gonna get you a car wash, clean your money up. That's all they doing. That's all they doing. Blood on the money, but they still gonna count it. But come on. Yeah. You getting that energy. But come on. Right? Because we got 19 weeks and 1 day before Ozzy Osbourne's next birthday that he died. 19 weeks and 1 day. Society of Jesus, 191. The Jesuit Order equals 201. Ozzy Osbourne, his stage name, equals 201. So when these people sign these deals, they might, now this doesn't refer to Ozzy because Ozzy was a stage name, but some of these people have birth names because of their parents will name them that on purpose, or some people are just happen to be born with certain numbers. Everybody has numbers revolving around them. That's the type of ritual that they're going to fit you in based on the numbers that surround you. That's the type of ritual that you're going to be a part of. Ozzy Osbourne's was completely manufactured because Ozzy wasn't his real name. It was his stage name. But come on. Right? Because Ignatius of Loyola also equals 201, right? This special number that the Jesuits love so much. 201. Ozzy Osbourne died 231 days after his last birthday. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, the Society of Jesus, equals 231. So this was a nod. This was a tribute to the founder. Even he'd been gone all these years, but they still tributing to him. Right? Now, on July 22nd, 2025, the day Ozzy Osbourne died, it was a waning crescent moon. It was a waning crescent moon with only about 7% of the moon surface, 7%, God's number for perfection. He died in the 7th month, right? Yeah, go ahead, take him out. Go ahead, take him out. We through with him. Take him out. Waning moon ritual is known for letting go. Letting go. Since the waning moon signifies release, it is helpful to let go of any dead wood and clear your field of any thoughts, behaviors, attachments, or activities. So you let go of the dead wood. And even in the anime Soul Eater, this same crescent moon has the same crescent moon. So he got his soul ate. Yeah, Soul Reaper. Grim Reaper came, took him, scooped him up. But come on. Oh, that's all we got for this video, man. That's all we got for this video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this video in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all for all the love. Appreciate y'all for all the support. And I'm out.